Good morning. Listen, I want to talk to you briefly about being a godly wife. A godly wife is one that understands that her husband is the head. She follows him as he follows God. However, people like to put this caveat in there. Well, if he's not following God, that's something you talk about before you get married. Because when you say I do, that means you're submitting to the leadership of your husband. Here's the thing. I'm a very outspoken person. I talk. Always been crazy and stuff like that. However, if my husband says no, it's no. If he says we're not going to do that, then we're not going to do it. And I think because they see me as a talkative person and him not a talkative person, that, well, it must go through her. Anything you come to me about is going to go through him first. I'm not going to make a decision without consulting my husband. Even if it's something I feel like he's okay with, I'm going to run it by him. Hey, babe, such and such wants to do this, that, and the other. What do you think? Even my children, they'll come and say, hey, I want to do X, Y, Z. Let me talk to your daddy. Or have you talked to your daddy? You got to understand that he is a very manly man, meaning in fact that, see, people have misinterpreted what leadership is and being the head is. The head is not pulling you down the hallway by your hair. The head just simply says, I'm going to consider all things. I am responsible for the success and the failure of this family. All things. So yes, if my husband says yes, it's yes. If he says no, it's no. I see a lot of marriages, especially in the church, out of order. Everything runs through the wife. She runs everything. And sometimes the men are even afraid to talk to their wives because, like, they're going to get in trouble. Like, I don't understand that. But when you're led correctly, he values my opinion and values my thoughts and what I feel. However, if what he feels needs to happen is different than mine, then we go with what he says. Now, has it always been the best? No. Has he made mistakes? Yes. But here's the thing. We make them together. I don't beat him down if he made a mistake. He doesn't beat me down if I make a mistake, because in life, there's not a perfect wife or a perfect husband. There's not a perfect person. So we learn and we grow. But because he knows I'm not going to beat him down if he makes a mistake, then he feels free to do what he needs to do for the family, because we're a team. And I don't know if you see me, I've been wearing these Team Thomas shirts because we are a team, meaning that if we succeed together. If we fail together, but we're together and we're going to get back up and try it again. Baby, you got this. Now, you understand that there's a level, he's on one side with some stuff and I'm on one side with some stuff, but we balance each other out. You want to get somebody that's going to support you in the hard times and in the good times. And men want to feel supported. I support my husband 1,000%, Maury. I support my husband because I talk junk, but Cedric is the man. You hear me? He is my man. He is the man. And what he says goes in my house. Now, I might not feel like what he said. And I'd be like, I'm be quiet. When you leave, I be talking again. And we joke about that. But I respect him. I ain't talking junk to him or about him or back to him in public. I ain't downing my husband and kicking him and none of that stuff. He get on my nerves, I get on his. But you got to understand, there is a level of respect that is missing in marriages. Even when we don't necessarily get along, we put on a unified front because we're still a team. All teammates don't always get along. All teammates don't always make the best decision. The best decision. But we are a team. And no outsider can come and take something from my team. I love my husband. And recently he's been on a weight loss journey. He's done intermittent fasting. And he has done very well. He's lost 100 and something pounds on that. And the times that I lost a lot of weight before I got sick, I didn't beat him down by his weight loss or weight gain, and he's losing weight, and he doesn't beat me down about my weight loss or my weight gain. The way that we love each other, touch, and interact with each other, you wouldn't know that there had been a weight loss or a weight gain. Why? Because the love is not based upon physical things or what you can do for me. I know he got my back. And this is the thing. I oftentimes keep my husband situations that I know that he would go to one. He has 0 and 100. He's not doing all that talking. He's gonna say what he say. He ain't doing all that back and forth. And if he go to the other side, it's just a wrap. I oftentimes talk him off those things. I say, baby, if you do this, this would have happened. This would have happened. He has no filter and chill. I am his filter and his chill. No matter how much you think I'm talkative or whatever, I am his filter. I am his chill. Because if I don't bring him, if you bother me, he coming for you. So anytime that somebody has done something to me that he did not come for you, is because I said, babe, it's okay. And then sometimes I even have to wait a little while, let things cool down before I tell him about it. Because by telling him my emotions, he may respond based upon how I'm feeling. But he knows that I go the extra mile for people. So when people do stuff to me, he want to come for you. Especially men. And it's funny because I had somebody who was talking crazy to me Sunday. And their attitude shifted all of a sudden. And I realized that Cedric had walked out. It's amazing how just his very presence, he ain't talk junk, but Cedric got a whole crash out. In words, what my son called it, crash out. That you're not gonna talk. He said, if I'm not disrespectful to my wife, if I don't talk crazy to my wife, you ain't doing it. And I love that, because I know that if there's any way in his power to protect me, he's gonna do it. But then I also have to protect him by not, just throwing everything out there. Like women be like, oh, they did this. They be overreacting about stuff because they're in their emotions. Sometimes people just have a bad day and they respond a certain way. Sometimes you have to show grace. And sometimes I have to just let my husband know, hey, this happened, that happened, and let him handle it. So, in this life called, in this thing called life, we got to learn some things. And if you want a good marriage, a godly marriage, you're going to get around some godly women. I ain't talking about godly women that say it's okay to talk stupid to your husband. It's okay to be disrespectful to your husband. It's okay to be dismissive to your husband. My goal and my priority is my husband. What do you need? Even when I'm tired, I find ways to make things happen for him, because he goes and makes sure things happen for me all the time. So if he can sacrifice for me, why can't I for him? And yes, I'm withholding nothing. I give him anything that he wants. Yeah, all these women talking about they got a headache every day. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm going to say this again for the people in the back. I ain't never told my husband no. Y'all, can y'all hear me? Is this thing on? I don't tell my husband no. For those of y'all who were hunching before y'all was married, those of y'all, including myself, you was hunching 1,000 before you was married, so all of a sudden now you can't give it to him? That's nuts to me. Stop using sex as a weapon. Give him what he wants. And I'm telling you, when you have an attitude that, baby, how can I make your life easier? There's nothing he won't do for you. So it's not a chore or a project to do for my husband, because, baby, let me tell you, he come through for me. And if you bother me, he'll give you what you're looking for. But the thing about it is that we don't have those kind of problems anymore, because I don't even care anymore. I'm learning how to focus on my husband and my family and God, and everything else will either get in line or get out. Love y'all.